Welcome friends, today we gonna talk about classes in Disciples Liberation. All you notice that from the beginning of the game your main hero, Aviana, is a mercenary. And you ask yourself, will I be mercenary for all time? And no, my friends, you will be able to choose classes. Yes, for that you must complete prologue and 2 more maps, and when you enter third map you will be able to choose your class and will no longer be a mercenary. So friends, like this video, subscribe, and let's take deeper look into the classes themselves. From the very beginning we can choose 4 classes: Warlord, Hexblade, Seeress and Witch. First and second class will use a sword in battle, and the third and fourth will use a staff. So if you choose Seeress or Witch you will not able to use a sword anymore. And one more little thing, these classes is not final. If you take a look at a skill tree you may notice that some skills require to be Nightblade or a Dusk Witch, for example. So there will be more classes. But we will start with the very first class selection. So Warlord, a very powerful class, fighter class, who will be able to completely crush his opponents on the battlefield. And Warlord have a few very interesting abilities, like a piercing strike. This strike will ignore 50% of the damage and let a curse on your target. It means it will get less healing. And the second ability is purification. It will do a divine damage to enemies, a buff to our troops, and make everyone taunted. That means they will try to attack only your hero, Aviana, and completely ignore everybody else. Very useful in battle. And a passive ability. This ability just gives you boost to physical protection and physical might. But what about the skills? Personally, I found skills in Disciples Liberation not impressive and little bit disappointing. They're really not that interesting, not interesting at all, in my opinion, of course. Maybe you like them, leave me a comment. But there are few very good skills for Warlord, must-have skills. First of all is Hardy. Yes, it will increase your health point and physical resistance. Very important. Next important skill is this Vampiric Might, cause it can drain life from your opponent and leave bleeding. Just irreplaceable. And the last skill is a Flaming Burst weapon, cause you can set your enemies on fire and they will be burning. That's very good skills, and remember, when you put 10 points in these skills you will unlock Wanted. It's a passive skill, and after you strike your enemy with a critical hit you will mark it, and this unit will take a lot of more damage from all of your units. And that's all you need to know about Warlord, so let's move to Hexblade. Hexblade is a mix of warrior and magic user, but actually he is more like a assassin type of character. Let's take a look at abilities. First one is Venom Blade, a very useful ability. It will allow you to poison your target. Personally, I really like it a lot. The second one is the Burning Verdict. It's very useful ability also, cause range is 4 tiles and you will do a divine damage, paralyze your target and set them all on fire. Just incredible, very good ability. And the passive ability will improve the critical chance and dodge to all allies within 2 tiles. Extra useful, believe me. Extra useful. Dodge will help you so many times. And let's look at the skill tree. Hexblade will have a 2 additional ability like Poison Blade and Hit and Run. Everything else will be the same as Warlord, so Hardy, Vampiric Might, but no Flame and Burst, it available only for Warlord. But remember, you have a very good ability to set your enemies on fire, so don't worry at all. What about magic? Really no useful abilities at all. It depends on spells you use, only on spells. And with time, your Hexblade can become a Nightblade, a pure assassin. Let's move on. Now, Seeress, if you want to be a good mage, classical mage, choose this ability, cause it have everything a good wizard must have. Access to very different spells, to all of them actually. And what about abilities? The first one is Polar Ray. It's a very strong spell, cause it's a chain spell and it will hit 5 enemies at the same time and make them chilled, decrease their initiative a lot actually. Very good spell. Radiance. Radiance is for healers. It's an area effect and it will do a damage to enemies and heal your allies. And the next one, passive ability, is very useful really, cause it grants regeneration to all of your units who stand close to Aviana, 2 tiles from her, and it makes Aviana a perfect healer. And I don't want to be a healer, I want to launch a lightning, fireballs, I don't know. Let's take a look at the skill trees. And on skill trees, it's nothing to say about. You just upgrade the soul to get a little more damage and to get access to more powerful spell. And that's actually all. There are no useful abilities or some kind of special abilities at all. That's why I don't like Disciples skills so much. Let's move on. Witch Class. Witch Class is focused more on unholy magic. Seeress is focused more on healing, and Witch is focused on debuffs of different kind debuffs. And her abilities. The very first ability will inflict an unholy damage, put a bleeding and fear on your target. Very good ability. Her second ability actually is area effect, area 5, so it's a huge area, and it will do a divine damage and make your opponents weak. And the passive ability will boost your units. But what about the skills? Yes, actually a witch have a few very interesting skills, not available for anybody else. So the first one will be Arcane Critical. Now your spells can do a critical damage. That's insane, very useful. And the second one is will a Spell Snipe. It will increase the damage by 5%, only if you use a single target spell, not an area effect. Actually everything else will be completely the same. You unlock some abilities to increase your damage and to get access to more powerful spells. And few words about skills in general. I don't know why developers put this Nephilim tree. I never use it. I suppose developers think you will choose a combat or magic and put all points in one tree and some points in Nephilim tree, cause it's pure support class. It will make your unit stronger and that's all. But go pure and Nephilim? Why? I don't know. Friends, does any one of you go to Nephilim fully without combat and magic? Let me know in comment section. And also tell me which class do you choose, and maybe I missed some very interesting abilities you found. Also let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I was happy to see you, and see you in my next video, friends. See you!